Hi, welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing an Infinity War related book tag. So I've been looking for something Marvel to do for a while now because I'm super excited for Infinity War. I'm seeing the midnight premiere, so I just cannot wait. I'm surprised there's not a book tag already on BookTube, so I thought, hey, I might as well go and try and create my own. What I've done is I've got some of my favourite characters and I've just created a kind of book related question to go with that. So let's just get straight on because I'm not sure how long this is going to take. First one is Iron Man. As we all know, Iron Man is the guy who set everything off and got the ball rolling. For this one, I've gone with your favourite book that kick-started a series. There are so many books, but I don't want to go to any of the obvious ones. So instead, I've gone with This Savage Song by V.E. Schwab. I've gone with this because I loved the concept and it was something original. Basically, the main premise of this is that monsters want to be human and humans sometimes want to be monsters, and I love that. You've got August, who is a Sunite, and that's one of the worst of the monsters, and he doesn't want to use his powers, he wants to be human. And then you've got Kate, who is the daughter of a guy who basically rules the safe zone where there are no monsters, and she wants to prove to him that she can kill, she can be deadly, and she can take over his inheritance. And I love this. It's such a shame it was a duology, but it kind of kept things good, it kept things rolling, and I loved it. But I would like maybe just, you know, a little novella or something, just because I love the characters so much. Next one is Captain America, and as we all know, Captain America can do no wrong for a lot of people, especially me. So for this one, I've gone with a character who in your eyes can do no wrong. I've gone with Harry Potter from the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling, just because this is my childhood. You can say anything about any character in this book and I will defend them to my death, just because I love this book so much. It made me love reading, so I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Harry Potter. And also the films, they kept with me after the books had finished, and all through my teenage years it's been there. So I will defend this book and the characters to my death, especially Harry Potter because he's the main guy. But yeah, Harry Potter can do no wrong. Number 3 is Thor, and that's a series that nobody likes but you love. And I've gone for this just because I do love the Thor movies, but lots of people don't, and I don't understand why. I love Dark World, but lots of people say it's the worst film in the Marvel series, so I have no idea what people are thinking. For this one, I've gone with the Cousins War series by Philippa Gregory. Lots of people don't seem to like this because they think it's basically just a book that involves sex and romance and that's it, but it is not. Sex rarely shows up, and yes, romance is a big deal in some of the books, like Elizabeth was madly in love with King Edward, but in some books, The Red Queen, there's no love at all apart from the son and mother love that is just like paternal. And I just love them. I love history as it is, and the Cousins War is such an important part of British history, and the fact that there's a big series of books related to each of the important female characters that shows how important they were behind the scenes. And yes, there's some fiction built into it as well. Philippa Gregory builds on the whole rumour that the Woodvilles were witches, and so there is a bit of fiction in there, but I just love them. I love seeing main female characters and the whole book, because in history most people focus on the men. I love the fact that it's focused on women who are real, and yes, there's a bit of fiction in there, but I love it. Number 4 is The Hulk, and this is a series that gets better. So as we know, The Hulk has had many a film that hasn't been that good, but I think we all know that Mark Ruffalo is now better, and I know he can't do a solo film, but he's definitely the best Hulk there is. So for this, I've gone with A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas, because this series gets so much better. The first book is kind of mediocre, it's okay, but then A Court of Mist and Fury came and it just blew it out of the water. It introduced me to characters I loved, places I loved, and A Court of Wings and Ruin again, that was amazing, and I'm just so upset that we're saying goodbye to these characters in A Court of Frost and Starlight. I just don't know what I'm going to do, but this series, if you read the first book and you're not too keen, stick with it, because it definitely gets better. Number 5 is Black Widow, and that's the kick-ass female character who isn't the main character. You know, Black Widow can kick ass, can hold herself in a battle, but she's not a main character and she hasn't had her own movie yet, which I have no idea why. So I think having a question about a female character who's badass but not the main character would be great, because we'll get lots of less obvious answers. For me, I've gone with Man on Blackbeak from the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J Maas, and I'm holding up Crown of Midnight because I think this is where she shows up. I cannot remember. I love loved Man in Black Beak. She's so badass. She basically starts a revolt against her Iron Teeth clan, and she goes off on her own and sizes up with our main characters, and I just loved her. You see this whole kind of journey she goes through, and I just want to know more. I want novellas with her. I want to know more about her history because we get some huge revelations about that, and I just want to know more about Man in Black Beak. Number 6 is Hawkeye. That's an underrated character that you think deserves more love. I love Hawkeye. He is my favourite Avenger, so when I see people saying he's going to die in Infinity War, hence why he's in none of the promo, I just get so upset because I love him so much. He's so underrated, and I blame Joss Whedon for that in the original Avengers, not giving him a big part, and for him not really being in any of the solo films. But anyway, back onto the question, I have gone for Elizabeth Moss from Wicked by Gregory Maguire, just because she's so underrated, and I think the books are as well. I never see these mentioned in BookTube, which sometimes annoys me because it is such a good series. I love her so much. She's kind of used as a scapegoat. You know, the wizard has done something bad, so he's like, this girl is green, let's go pin everything on her, hence why she becomes wicked. I just love how even through all that she sticks to her gun, she fights for what she believes for, and I think everybody should be like that. She's so underrated, and I just love her so much. Number 7 is Starlord, and as we know in Guardians of the Galaxy, it's got a kick-ass soundtrack, and Starlord himself loves his music. So for this, I've gone with a book that if it was made into a film would have an awesome soundtrack. So after I wrote this question, I kind of thought, I have no idea what book to go for, so I have gone for Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, just because I related to Cass a lot in this book. She's kind of an introvert, just sits at home, shy, stuff like that. So I thought in my head this would have a similar soundtrack to what I would probably have for my life. So a lot of pop, maybe a bit of, you know, Pink and all that. So yeah, I think this would have an awesome soundtrack if it were made into a film. And I do apologise, but as usual, I have got pins and needles in my foot. So this might all go downhill from now. Number 8 is based on Groot, and that's an adorable character you just want to protect, but he can hold himself in a battle. So we all know Groot is super adorable, but if you see him in battle, he will just rip you apart. This I have gone for Newt from Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them by J.K. Rowling. So he won't rip you apart in battle, but I can imagine he can hold his own. We haven't really seen him battle properly yet, but I have a feeling in the upcoming films and screenplays we are going to see him in some proper battles, so I can't wait to see that. But he's just like a typical Hufflepuff you just want to hug and protect, and I just love him so much. Number 9 is Doctor Strange, and that's a book that involves time travel. Surprisingly, I haven't read much time travel to say that I'm a huge Doctor Who fan. As you know, Doctor Strange revolves a lot around time travel, and I think that may be a big part in Infinity War as well. But I am going to go for A Murder in Time by Julie McLuhan. I think this is the only book I've got that involves time travel, apart from A Cursed Child, but I'm not going to mention that. This basically revolves around Kendra, an FBI agent in America. When she goes to chase a suspect, she ends up in England in the 1800s. And of course there's a murder, so she wants to go solve that, but obviously back in the 1800s, women aren't really meant to do that. Luckily she's with a lot of men who are very liberal, I would say, and they let her help, which is very, very convenient. But I do love this. It does have its flaws, but I love it, and I can't wait to carry on with the series. Number 10 is Black Panther, and we know this was a huge, huge thing in filmmaking. It basically changed the way films are probably viewed, especially superhero films. So for this, I've gone with a book that has changed you personally or has changed the world. So I've gone with me personally, and I've gone with The Princess Saves Herself in This One by Amanda Lovelace. This is a set of poems, and they're all very feminist poems, very you can do it sort of poems, and it kind of made me look at myself and think, yeah, I'm better than I think I am. It's just that a lot of time it is hard to think that. So I think I may have to give this a reread, because I am wanting to sort my life out a bit, you know, lose weight, get a new job, move out of Bradford kind of thing. I have to reread this and maybe just keep it with me when I need some confidence and need a little bit of a boost. But yeah, Princess Saves Herself in this one is probably a poetry book I would get everyone to read at least once. Number 12 is Spiderman, and that's a young character who is a great role model. I think Spiderman was probably a great role model for a lot of people. So for this, I've gone with Katniss Everdeen from The Hunger Games by Sarah Collins. If you can see the book, it's very sparkly. But Katniss Everdeen had so many sacrifices in her life, and she was only a teenager. So she sacrificed herself for her sister Prim to become a tribute, and then after the whole Hunger Games, she sacrificed herself again and became the image of a rebellion that she probably didn't want to be part of at first. So yeah, lots of sacrificing, and I think that makes her a great role model. And she also sticks to her guns as well. Last one is Thanos, and that's a villain you don't think will be defeated or will only be defeated at a huge cost. I've gone with the others, or the White Walkers, from A Song of Ice and Fire by George R.R. Martin. I think either these will not be defeated or everyone will die defeating them. So yeah, I honestly don't know what's going to happen in the book and in the TV show, but I think we're going to have some serious deaths if they're going to be defeated, or everyone is just going to be turned into White Walkers. So that's it for this Infinity War book tag. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do fancy doing it yourself, please link this original video below just so people know where the original came from. And as usual, you can comment below, you can like this video, subscribe to my channel, and all my social media links are below. So I will see you later with a new video. Bye!